Help support Going In Raw today by becoming a Friendo Club TV member. You'll get access to new bonus episodes every week, including Friendo Club Arcade, Live Power Rank, Vintage 10 for the Wins, and Ask Steven Larson. Get access to Friendo Club TV today by becoming a $5 and up patron at patreon.com/Steven Larson, by throwing us a sub at twitch.tv/Steven Larson, or by clicking join at youtube.com/Steven Larson.
Oh, Steve and Larson! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for yourselves and feel the power. Yes. And all you people out there, you're watching Going In Raw with Steve and Larson.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you'll be listening to right here, youtube.com/Steven Larson. Also available wherever podcasts can be found, including Spotify. And we're taping this live at the Twitch at twitch.tv/Steve and Larson. Tomorrow, I think around 5 p.m. Pacific at 8 Eastern.
Here,
Can
I'll
you
check.
very quickly check on that?
I'll verify, yes. Hold on.
Triple Mania 28, the biggest wrestling, best wrestling show of the year, hands down, bar none. Unfortunately, as of this hour, we have not procured permiso
5 p.m.
to transmitir on the Twitch. Therefore, it will still be free for everybody on Facebook and YouTube. We'll be doing a mere watch along. We'll have the link here in our chat.
Can we do the thing where the play bar is on the bottom so people know where we're at roughly?
Well, we're just going to be live.
I understand, but can we have the play bar from Triple Mania underneath of us? Just the bar, not the actual video, just the bar, so people can see where we're at in the show so they can try to sync up.
Yeah, we can try. We can give that a shot, sure. Right. Although I do think that live for us might not be live. If it just says, I'll put it this way, if it just says live,
okay,
I don't know. But yeah, we can do that for sure. Absolutely. We'll do whatever we can to sync everybody up.
Yes, I understand.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll do what we can to make sure everybody can sync up. But yeah, it's going to be out there. No co-streaming, unfortunately. I guess there's still the Hail Mary of tomorrow. If all the friendos hit up AAA.
11th hour decision in our favor. You never know.
You never know. Anyways, so yeah, tonight Smackdown was on, and
it was on.
Carmella, she beat the crap out of Sasha Banks. I don't know. I kind of prefer the Roman bit, but I guess the bigger moment of the night probably was they had a title match with Sasha Banks defending against Carmella. They decided, for once, they actually did this where the person says, let's just get it done tonight. And instead of the other person walking away, Carmella was like, yeah, okay, cool, we'll do it tonight.
Yeah.
They did it tonight, but SmackDown was wonk finish.
I guess the story they're trying to tell here is that Carmella's in Sasha's head.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Commentary
Corey
was
Graves
pushing that.
Literally said that several times.
Yeah, several times, numerous times. And Carmella, while she lost via disqualification, won via DQ, she can take even more pleasure in knowing that she drove Sasha so mad it drove her to DQ herself. I guess that's why she was celebrating so much at the end, why she was popping bottles.
Maybe she thinks that she can get some sort of automatic rematch because she won this by DQ. I mean, typically when WWE, if you beat the champion, you can then try to actually get the title from the champion.
That's in a non-title match. This was a title match, though.
Oh, crap. That's right. That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the thought was there. I don't know why she was celebrating. I mean, some of the visuals were kind of cool with her smashing the bottle against.
I thought the match itself was pretty decent.
Yeah, the match is pretty decent. The match itself was pretty decent. I thought that it seemed like, I don't know, man. Maybe it was just me. It felt like it should have been. I think they were expecting it to be a more impactful moment.
You know what part of it was? Is I wonder if they got their cue to go to that section of the match too soon, because I felt like Carmella kind of lingered around on the floor after she smashed the bottle over Sasha's back a bit too long. Like if she had smashed the bottle and then like turned towards camera and said something like really cool and cut then, that's more impactful because she was just kind of, talking ringside for a good 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Before the show went off the air.
She's decent at the trash talk, but I see what you're saying. Like there was probably a bit too much milling about. Usually that means that they went over, or they went too short.
They went a little early to that segment. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I thought there was some good stuff. It just sort of lacked the pep that sometimes SmackDown has. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. I had Del Taco. I should have been fine. Like I don't think I was in a good mood. What's that? No.
Did it make you sleepy?
No, I felt good. Went for a run today.
I made some really incredible steak sandwiches tonight. They were so
really
good.
That didn't put you to sleep. That put
it did. I'm tired, man. I had a steak sandwich, a couple glasses of wine. I am sleepy.
Before we get into our recap, I wanted to mention this. I had a long conversation because I pick up my phone when somebody calls me with our brother Cal Jack over there doing big things.
I didn't even get a notification until it popped up just now.
You know how many times I've texted you and like it takes days for you to text me back, and I'm like, how is this guy? Like I don't know.
First of all, it never takes days.
Not literally days. We have to talk to each other every day of our lives.
And usually
that's been that way for a decade now.
And 95% of the time, I get back to you pretty much immediately.
As soon as you get to your phone. But yeah. So I picked up the phone when Cal called me because I'm a good friend, and he had some thoughts about today's episode of News Brief. I made sure that he was okay with me, shooting on these particular thoughts here for the crowd. He said, he told me to stress that this is simply his opinion,
yes,
but it is a firm opinion of his that he thinks that Keith Lee was sent with those guys from News Brief today. So the news was Vince didn't like how some of his big men were wrestling. Dabba-Kato, almost Otis.
Otis was on the list, yeah.
And Keith Lee, oddly, was on the list as well.
Yeah.
So that I got everybody go, oh, what the hell? What Keith Lee knows how to wrestle wonderfully.
Yeah.
He is of the opinion, because during his time in NXT there before he saw this happen, he believes that Keith Lee is the guy that's going there with them to help train them.
Okay.
Because he said, what's Adam Pearce and Gulak going to do with a bunch of big men? Keith Lee is going to be the guy who knows how to do that kind of stuff. That's that's Cal's take on it. That's his opinion. I always love getting his opinion on a variety of things.
Absolutely.
So,
he's a treasure trove of information and knowledge of the wrestling world. So
just some insight there. So there you go. Take that for what you will.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's just go ahead and kick off this SmackDown review. Again, like I said, there's some stuff that I like. The Roman stuff is always good.
Yeah, the Roman stuff's always good. It's just another episode of SmackDown where there's some good stuff. Nothing's really bad. It's not a whole lot happens.
Yeah. So it kicked off with the Sasha Banks Carmella contract signing. Adam Pearce, the SmackDown official, was out to moderate, or I guess to be the notary public there. To do the contract signing.
Don't you have to be at some sort of certification to do that? Don't you need?
Yeah, you need. Boy, I actually just learned about this because Lacey was considering taking classes. You need. I forget how long. It's like a month's long. It's like a 6 months long thing. I think.
Interesting.
Yeah, you got to take some stuff because it's like serious business. So, anyways, Pierce comes out. Sasha's out there. It's boss time. And he gives her, he's like, hey, it's time to do this. Here is the leather-bound binder. And she opens it up, and she's like, WTF, scrap iron? Where's the contract? It's not there. And he's like, I don't know. Somebody magically made it disappear out of the binder.
It's not a trick. It's an illusion.
It's an illusion.
And Sasha's like, is this a setup? You set me
she starts looking around all paranoid. I'm in a tight spot.
So Carmella shows up on the Tron, contract in hand. She's all, I make the rules. Sasha, you just follow them. I have signed the deal, and when I have my sommelier deliver it to you. Yeah. And so Sasha's like, hey, Carmella, you embarrassed being you? Mella says, no, I'm proud of who I am. And she said, Sasha, do you really think I was going to get in the ring with you? I'm not going to play your games. Sasha suggests they play a game at TLC, how fast I can make Carmella cry, like how fast I can make her head bend back and touch her spine or something like that. And Carmella's like, Carmella's like, hey, Pierce, get control of the situation. No, Sasha, you're mad because as soon as you sign that deal, you know your days as SmackDown champ are almost over. So the Sommelier brings the contract down. I like that Sasha still has this from NXT, her stamp.
I know. I love whenever she gets that thing.
Doesn't sign, she stamps it.
Yeah.
And then Sasha says, how about we not wait till TLC? Let's have the match tonight just to prove to you that I make the rules around here. And as you said, Carmella's like, yeah, sure. I'll do it. Pierce signs off on it. Sasha says, tonight's going to get wild to show you. I'm going to beat down your Sommelier. And so she gives him a backstabber, dumps the table on him.
Yeah, poor Sommelier. We don't have any. Hold on, let me check the local competitor Twitter account. Usually they will tell us who the local competitor is. Local competitor. And tonight it was played by, I don't know. He has just tweeted out, but the last time local competitor tweeted anything out was 5 days ago. He was at a meet and greet with Tessa Blanchard and her dude, Daga. So
Interesting.
He's not showing his face, though. He put a little emoji over his face. Local competitor wants to stay masked man.
Yeah. After that, we had a Street Profits interview at a Gorilla Position. They're asked to respond to Dolph and Rude calling them too funny to make money. Ford says, well, if I went out there and did my thing and then made it rain solo cups, would that be funny? And then Dawkins says, would it be funny if he smacks Bob Roode so hard it rips open time and space and a million Roode doppelgangers come out and say that this Bob Roode's embarrassing them? Would that be funny?
That was actually, what is it with the guy writing Street Profit stuff being so into weird physics stuff? Because remember there was that weird Dawkins. Yeah. This part was funny though.
He seemed much more comfortable delivering this line. The other line, he didn't seem like he was comfortable delivering at all.
What if Dawkins is the one who's fascinated with space-time and he's writing this stuff? Amazing. He said a million Bob Roode doppelgangers came out. That's hilarious. So yeah, anyways, we had this.
Well, during the course of this match, there was a point where it started raining solo cups in the ring. I'm like, all right, how are they going to pull off a million Bob Roode doppelgangers?
I want to see a million Bob Roodes. Yeah, exactly. So before their actual match, though, Dolph Ziggler had a promo. And he's like, you guys are saying funny stuff. A few weeks ago, you called me a poor man's HBK, but I'm super rich. On the other hand, the Street Profits are the poor man's version of DeZeus and Mero. Rude got on the mic.
He buried his own stand-up routine.
Yeah, he said the only thing less funny than my own stand-up is you guys or something like that. I don't know. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Rude says, when we get our opportunity at those championships, your title reign is going to go up in smoke. And this was a really fun match. They gave it a lot of time. During, like you said, during the sort of middle of the match, Bob Roode comes into the ring trying to interfere, but he's run off by Dawkins. And then in Dawkins and Montez Ford do like a little dance, and then a bunch of solo cups come shooting out of this thing ringside and just like, come falling down, raining down from the sky. It was pretty cool stuff. But in the end, Dolph Ziggler got the win with a super kick after Montez Ford goes up for a frog splash. Rude attacks Dawkins. That distracts Montez Ford, allows Ziggler to pull him down. He gets a super kick and the win for 3.
And it was announced next week there will be a SmackDown tag title bout. Street Profits versus Rude and Dolph. Next, we had Sami Zayn rolling up to a merch table set up backstage. For what purpose? I don't know exactly. There's no fans there. Anyway, Sammy wants to know why he doesn't have a shirt. In comes Big E with his new shirt. Sammy's all, where'd you get that shirt? E tells them, merch should be the last thing on your mind. Don't worry about the shirt. Worry about the meat inside the shirt. And he goes, he tells Apollo, show Sammy his new shirt. And it's obviously a hand-drawn thing.
It's like the same guy who did the B-Team shirt.
Yeah, it's got a stick figure of Sammy and kind of really bad spacing. It says, I am Sami Zayn. Big E tells Sammy to put his body in it. Sammy takes it from him, tries to rip it. He can't. He tells Big E he's lucky that his hand is hurt because he's got some sort of wrist brace on. And he's going to show him in the ring tonight.
He said, put your body in it. Come on, put your body in it. And then he said,
good.
no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to show me anything. Big E is great.
So
anyways, this match happened next. Big E versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn started off with like a promo. Rails against consumerism because Vince loves his heels who rail against consumerism. Claims he's been disrespected too much, etc., etc. Big E comes out, and yeah, we get Sami Zayn made sure to clarify. He's told commentary several times this is a non-title match. He doesn't win anything if he wins this match. Big E goes on a big run of belly to belly. Again, it was a really fun match. Sammy's really selling his busted hand or arm or whatever. Big E goes on a run of belly to bellies. Sami slaps him, runs away, goes under the ring. Big E chases him, and then Big E gets counted out. Kind of a silly finish to this match. I wasn't huge on this. It does make the babyface look kind of stupid.
Yeah, because E crawls on the ring with Sami. Sami comes out the opposite side, and Big E's holding Sami's ankle. So Sami uses the other leg to kind of just kick himself free a little bit and gets the ring at 9, but doesn't like enough force behind the kicks that would be enough that would prevent Big E from at least getting up.
Yeah.
Like he didn't get up barely before the 10 count,
Yeah, it was a silly finish to an otherwise pretty decent match.
Yeah. They'll have their rematch probably at TLC. Maybe Big E will win that one. He's going to win that title at some point.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I mean, they're going to see, okay, well, how? I would hope so. I would hope they see what we see.
Yes.
But, Vince, he's weird sometimes.
Oh, yes.
So after that, we had a Bayley promo. She sort of endorses Carmella for tonight's match, says that she still runs the division even though Sasha's the champion. She starts running down Bianca Belair. Bianca walks by, hears what she's saying, and she gets actual receipts out. She says, I got the receipts. Calls her Dusty. Says, let's see, receipt number 1. I beat Natalya. You didn't. I was the last person eliminated, while our captain, you, got eliminated first. And then Bayley just sort of storms off. And the good stuff with Bianca and Bayley. Did you see any of Bayley's Instagram story stuff where she was doing like impressive stuff in the gym set to Bianca's music?
That's pretty funny.
And it was like not terribly impressive stuff. Yeah, it was really good.
That's pretty good. After that, we got a quick shot of Heyman handing the Universal title to Roman. They start walking somewhere. We get a quick Carmella interview. She just says she's been waiting for this match a while. Take a look, because this is what the next SmackDown with champ looks like. She snaps her fingers. Smollier comes over. She demands that Champagne be present ringside, because when she wins, she wants to celebrate.
So we had that interview. Afterwards, we have a Roman video package, which we then see is being watched by Roman backstage.
I'm kind of disappointed they didn't do the pullback where you see the last shot of the package and it pulls back and then you see Roman actually watching it.
And he's watching it, yeah. Jay rolls up to him, and he's kind of a little bit on the more reserved side now.
Well, we're supposed to believe that they have not talked since last Friday night.
Yeah, that's how wrestling time works.
I know.
So, Jay comes off as a bit meek, I guess, and Roman says...
Sheepish.
Hey, sheepish, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. He's like, you good? Yeah, I'm good. You good? Uh-huh. How's your family? Good? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Then they hear Kevin Owens...
Well, I mean, they're up. I like Roman said, yeah, you should be. You're with me.
Yeah.
You should be good.
Yeah, well, Roman, you attacked me last week. Kevin Owens, they hear Kevin Owens' music, and Jay, instead of popping off, just says, hey, you want me to get him? It says on my shirt, I'm going to get him. You want me? I'm going to get him? And he's like, you know where he is. Go get him.
Yeah.
So,
meanwhile, Owens is down by the ring, pulling tables and ladders and chairs out, putting them in the ring, setting them up, calls for Mike. It's like, Roman, I know you're watching. I need you to listen to this. I know you want me to fear you, but even all that you did last week, I don't. Because you say you fight for your family. And KO says that's something I can relate to. Problem is, as good as you think you are, you have your family do your fighting for. You're using them to fight your battles. Owens calls TLC the most important match of his career. And he introduces us to his friends. He says, my family is not in the wrestling business, but I have some friends who I can use to beat you. First, meet Chair. He explains why Chair is an appropriate weapon. to defeat Roman. Next, meet Table. Third, meet Ladder. He says Ladder is his favorite friend to work with because it's going to help get him back to where he belongs. He says, Roman, you might be able to keep your spot at the head of the table, but I'm going to do whatever it takes to get to the top of the ladder. And then Jay comes out with a chair and just clobbers Owens in the leg with it. Does that a couple times. Puts him on the table, goes up top. Kevin Owens gets off, hits Jay with the chair a few times, then tosses Jay into the ladder, puts Jay through a table to pop-up powerbomb. Roman comes down the ramp. He hands the belt to Paul. And Paul's like, hey, you're letting him call the shots right now.
You're the shot.
You call the shots. Show Kevin Owens that you're the head of the table. And so Roman takes the belt back, turn around, they walk backstage. Owens goes up the ramp with the chair.
Mm-hmm. Sort of limping back there. So backstage, he finds Kayla, starts ranting about his family and Roman, and Kayla screams, ah! And Roman attacks him with a chair. Lays him out. Something fierce. And then he looks into the camera and he introduces himself. He introduces himself to Kevin's family. He says, hi, I'm Roman Reigns. I'm the guy who puts food on your table. I'm the head of the table. And basically he says, if you don't, he's talking specifically addressing Kevin Owens' wife. If you don't talk some sense into your husband and kids, if you don't talk some sense into your daddy, I'm going to be the guy who takes food off the table, It was a really, really, really well delivered thing. Mm-hmm. I didn't quite do it justice there, but it was really good. It was really good. Well done. Yeah.
Next, a match set up on Talking Smack last week. Riott Squad versus Billie Kay and mystery partner. That mystery partner ended up being Natalya. This match was very short, and it went just about as you would expect. Natalya has the upper hand. Billie tags herself in. Liv then kicks Billie off of her right to Natalya. Natalya goes tumbling to the floor. Riott Squad hit a code breaker, right kick combo to get the win. And then as Billie is walking up, Natalya is walking up the ramp. She just starts yelling at Billie, who's selling on the floor.
You know, I hate to do this right now because I don't want to kick a person when they're down. But isn't it funny how, like, for weeks they did this weird Peyton Royce, Lacey Evans don't have chemistry, and we're like, do they really don't have chemistry? Are they playing it up? What's the deal here? And literally in one match, they did this angle perfectly with Billie and Natalya here on SmackDown. They did it perfectly because Billie knows exactly who she is and Natalya knows exactly who she is, and they got their roles exactly right. From the moment Natalya was introduced to them going up the ramp after the match, it was executed perfectly in one match. I don't know what my point there is.
I think the point is that Billie Kay is really good.
My point is Billie Kay is really good.
She's really good.
And Natalya's really good. She knows what her role is supposed to be. I mean, I saw a lot of people disappointed that it wasn't somebody else. Like, you know, there was the rumor that Eva Marie had been signed, and so maybe it was going to be her. And maybe this is going to be, maybe on Talking Smack, they'll set up another Riott Squad versus Billie Kay and a different partner for next week, and then she'll debut like a new signee or a call up or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe not. But Billie Kay is so damn good.
Oh, she's so good. She's so good. After that, we get an Instagram video, a really well shot one though. Chad Gable doing some training with Otis in the Alpha Academy. It's kind of like that scene from the first Star Wars: A New Hope, where Obi-Wan has that little ball thing flying around while Luke has the helmet on. It's kind of like that. So Gable blindfolds Otis and starts throwing stuff at him, hitting him with stuff around the gym. And you cut to 3 hours later, and Otis catches the medicine ball when Gable throws it at him, and he goes. This part was actually pretty fun. He goes to high five Gable and actually like high fives the lap pull down thing or something like that.
Yeah,
it was actually pretty good.
Gable just says, "Yeah, he's an alpha now."
Yeah.
So then we got an interview with these two, and Kayla says, "What brought the two of you together?" And Chad says, "Otis has grit, tenacity. I'm going to mold this raw lump of clay to the proportions of Michelangelo's David." Otis says, "Oh, yeah, Mr. Angelo, great man." He said something about being molded into steak or beef or something.
Well,
like
he
that.
made some reference to Gable being short, even though Gable and Otis are about the same height. I don't know if you noticed that. They're about the same height.
Yeah.
Anyways, Cesaro and Nakamura roll in. They talk some crap. Otis gets upset. Gable calms it down.
He said Mr. Angelo.
And that match was next. Cesaro Nakamura versus Gable and Otis. You're going
to skip the Mario Lopez Matt Chat question?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Go ahead.
Why would I talk about that? He's rooting
Because
for Sasha Banks.
it was part of. Did you write it down in your notes?
No.
No, your notes are
No.
always so comprehensive, though.
No, this is Mario
All
Lopez
right.
trying to say Sasha Banks is going to win.
There you go. I got
What
you
else is there to
say.
talk about?
Oh yeah,
Gosh,
Mr.
you get on me for
Angelo.
my notes being too copious and try to scale back a little bit.
I don't get on you for anything.
Hogwash. Anyway, so Cesaro and Nakamura taking on Gable and Otis. So there was a lot of really good wrestling early on, especially. This match, again, was pretty short. So at one point, Otis drops Cesaro, sets up. This might have just been because of the report today about some guys going to the PC to get some extra training. Felt like Otis was relying on some strength stuff a little bit more. He did a Judas effect. Did you see that?
No, I missed.
He did a Judas effect. He did a turnaround elbow on Cesaro, I believe.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyways, I noticed him using the strength.
A lot of the wrestling stuff with Chad Gable is a lot of fun. That guy's.
Oh
great.
yeah, he's always great.
Yeah.
So anyway, Otis drops Cesaro, set up for a caterpillar, and Gable's like, "Tag me in. I want to finish it." So Otis tags him in. Gable jumps off the top. Cesaro catches him, swings him, tags Nakamura in. One Kinshasa later, match over. Cesaro and Nakamura win.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go backstage, and Gable is talking to Otis, and he's like, "Hey, you know what? This is a great learning lesson. I know I said I wanted you to tag me in, but I really didn't want you to tag me in. You should have finished the job, and that's all part of the alpha mentality. I'm teaching you what to do by doing what you're not supposed to do."
Otis just looked confused. He was like,
"Yeah."
Oh. Oh man, this is the best part of the show. Baron and Cutler and Blake were backstage.
They have a new name now, Steve.
I know. I was getting to that.
Knights
Here.
of the Slow Wolf.
And they still have Knights of the Slow Wolf Pack. And they still have their stupid hoods up. I hate when they do. They find a look and they just stick with it, even if it doesn't make any sense. They got their hoods up and they got to be so burning up. They got hoodies on.
And the blazers on over it.
And
yeah.
blazers on over it. They look goofy as heck.
They do look goofy.
So yeah. He and Cutler has a metal detecting wand like they use when you go into an arena. And
Yeah.
he checked what's the
I don't remember
interviewer's
her name.
name?
It's not Sarah. I don't
It's
remember
not
her name.
Sarah. It was the brunette.
remember
It
the
starts with an A. I don't know what it is. Anyways, he like waves it over the mic and she's like, "It's the microphone." He's like, "Mm-hmm." So yeah, they have new names. They are the Knights of the Lone Wolf, the Knights of the Slow Wolf. And I know that they're still. I popped when I heard Lone Wolf because I was like, "Oh, is he going to go back to the Lone Wolf thing?" But then I was like, "Oh wait, Knights." And like he still said he's the king. Get rid of the king thing, man. He wasn't wearing the king stuff. He had like a blazer on.
One could hope we'll get rid of the king stuff. The king stuff's horrible.
Yeah.
Anyways, he just told Rey Mysterio, step to him. That's fine, but this time
Let me get one of those hoodies, one of the Knights of the Lone Wolf hoodies.
You want one of those?
Yeah. I want them not to sell shirts of it, just hoodies.
Just hoodies, yes.
Because that's what they have.
Yeah, he just told Rey that you step to him, consequences will be much worse than losing an eye. So we got, so apparently SmackDown next week is going to be on FS1, not Fox Prime. So we get
What's going
tag
on
title
Fox?
match.
What's happening on Fox?
What's the 18th? I mean, they got some Christmas thing. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Football.
Orangevale had their Christmas lighting ceremony tonight.
Uh-huh.
It was live on Facebook.
Oh, that's good.
There's like 30 people watching it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not the same effect if you're not there in person.
No, it's not. And like half the people lighting the tree had their masks all sagging down like this. They had a guy there dressed like Will Ferrell's elf character, though.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
So next week on FS1, Street Profits versus Rude and Dolph for the, let's just call it Rudolph, especially for the Christmas season.
They're
tag titles.
They're the two aces now, though.
Yeah. And then Bianca versus Bailey next week.
They're the Lone Rangers.
And then main event time, Carmella versus Sasha Banks was a fun match.
Yeah, this was a fun match. They gave it about 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, 15-ish minutes, including the beatdown stuff at the end. That X Factor on the apron, that was a cool spot from Carmella. So towards the end, the Sommelier, he's hanging out ringside because he's got bottles of champagne. There's a bucket of ice, some champagne glasses. So he runs over and puts a bottle of champagne in the ring. So Lil Nate goes and gets that. And then while he does that, the Sommelier pulls Sasha out of the ring. And then, she's all angry. He runs away from her, runs into the ring. Sasha gives chase. Carmella tries to take advantage, can't. And so Sasha ends up beating up Carmella in the corner, doesn't respect Lil Nate's 5 count. Lil Nate disqualifies her. And then Sasha puts the Sommelier in the bank statement. Carmella kicks her a few times, kicks her out of the ring, sticks her head in the ice bucket, dumps her to the floor, breaks a champagne bottle over her back, pours herself some champagne, takes a sip, and then starts praying. Like, if they just ended it on her spraying champagne all over ringside, that'd have been cool.
Yeah.
But she did it for a bit, and then she had to spend like a minute and a half, 2 minutes talking trash ringside because they probably went to that segment too soon.
She's really good at the trash talk, though.
She always has been.
I was actually okay with it. I thought it was fine. I thought it maybe even added a little bit to it. But I see what you're saying. You're probably right in terms of the production of it, yeah.
In terms of the impact, like if you want that moment where, like if she was spraying champagne all over ringside, all over Corey and Michael Cole and all over Sasha and stuff, just being like real kind of obnoxious about it, that could have been a good way to go out.
Sure.
Rather just kind of, I understand that she's good at trash talking, but kind of just the lingering about kind of lessens the impact of the moment of breaking the bottle.
Yeah.
So that was SmackDown. It was pretty breezy.
I just put a question thread up on Patreon, so we're going to be heavy on the Twitch questions tonight.
Fair enough. A Bad has a question here. This episode flew by because there was no Mysterio Murphy.
Man, when they ran the video package of Murphy and Baron Corbin, I was freaking out. I was like, oh, man, that's right. I forgot about this. But all they had was a backstage interview, so I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Fear and Loathing says, can the world handle 1,000 Big E doppelgangers? I'd like to find out.
I'd like to hope that it'd make the world a much better place.
You'd think it would, yeah.
Abad says, I bet Otis was thinking about Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles.
Even that wasn't 2 names. It was all just the one name, Michelangelo. Yeah. Yoshibal, did you guys cover the Slammy nominations yet? Lana versus the Tables, one of the feuds of the year. Wait a second, but did they ever put up? I'll check right now.
Oh, all of them for
yeah, because we're only able to vote for half of
select few. So apparently it's a Pac-12 championship game.
Ah, okay.
That's why. John Elite 45 for life says, would you rather have Bailey as a heel with the hugger gimmick or her as a face with the role model gimmick?
Face as a role model. That's where it's going to end up anyways.
Probably. I'll say heel as the hugger gimmick.
The other ones aren't. Oh, here we go. It says, wait, no, what the? Oh. So this round of voting ends today.
Oh, the next round happened after that?
And I'm assuming the next one starts after that because the other ones aren't even here.
Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. Jorge D says, what would each of you have ready at ringside to celebrate after winning a championship? I'd have a pot of chili, homemade.
Oh, wow.
A couple racks of ribs.
Oh, okay.
And a bunch
of
beer.
At ringside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah, right. That's right.
All right.
That's what I'd have. A bunch of beer.
Yeah, beer sounds good. I'm down with that. I would have when you go to one of those facilities that does kids' birthday parties.
Yeah.
and they have the table. You know, you play a bunch, and then you go into the room with the table, the party room,
tablecloth, plastic tablecloth, and all that.
You got that. You got a bunch of gifts of like toys and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and then like a bunch of like crappy pizzas, and then like soda for the parents who are okay with their kids getting diabetes, and then like water bottles for the good parents. It would be that setup, and there'd be like a little kiddie throne there. And I'd go and I'd sit at my kiddie throne, and I'd start down at a 2-liter of soda, start ripping open presents. But they'd all be presents from like the 80s, the good stuff.
So you want like all your mask toys back?
Yeah, basically. I just want to relive a 9th birthday party.
Yeah, Transformers and such.
Right.
Gotcha. Dangam Q asked, did you notice Bianca's shirt and the fact that Bailey still had her captain's armband? I saw Bianca had something on her shirt. I couldn't figure out what it was.
It was great. It said, thou shalt not try me, mood 24/7.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Thou shalt not try me.
That's good.
Mood 24/7. Yeah, she's the best, dude. She's the best.
Night by night. What other figurative phrases like check the receipt should we see literal interpretations of in future wrestler promos?
Bust down. I don't know how that would work. I don't know why I found it funny when Rebecca in Mod Chat today said, what does everybody have for dinner? And Ricky said, probably lasagna. I don't know why I found that funny. I don't know why, but I did. Probably lasagna. Like, why probably lasagna?
Yeah.
What's the alternative?
Like, you either expect lasagna, that level of specificity, or just, I don't know.
All right?
Yeah, no, I see that.
Like, when are you eating this? Because you need to get on that. When is your dinner? And why is it probably? Oh, he said it's just lasagna, but you said probably lasagna.
Maybe
Did you actually have lasagna?
It's lasagna unless a late contender makes an appearance.
Unless there's a better deal?
Because I'll tell you this, sometimes I'll have something planned for dinner, and then at the last minute, either I'll see something else in the fridge or freezer or have another thought.
Yeah.
Old plans out the window. New plans are in effect.
He said, no, I got home too late to start the lasagna.
Oh.
So it was not, in fact, lasagna.
See, I guess lasagna contingent upon getting home enough time to get that thing in the oven.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if it's a stouffer, I don't know if it is, those things take forever to cook.
Instead, it takes like 2 hours if it's frozen.
Yeah, man.
And even then, like, you get the middle, it's like, what the hell? Why is this? It said 2 hours. It's like, what, 2:15? Am I going to burn it?
It's still a popsicle in the middle, yeah.
He said he had pizza instead. So he had, like, approximate lasagna. Rich, this is a good question. Would you rather be a follower of Gable in the Alpha Academy or a knight of the Slow Wolf?
Gable.
I'd rather be a knight of the Lone Wolf.
At least if I'm in the Alpha Academy, I'm probably going to get in really good shape.
Gable is going to turn on Otis.
Obviously. No, I know
I don't
that.
see Baron turning on the Lone Wolf Knights.
No, they'll just be his stooges. They'll get beat up nonetheless.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But at least here's the thing. I know Gable will turn on me, but by going through his training, I will learn from his bag of tricks, and plus work out in his garage gym and probably get in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Shane's birthday tweet: if a dimension opened up and multiple versions from different universes came in, what wrestler would you want to see in a rumble of just themselves?
Who's the most versatile wrestler?
Chris Jericho, one version every year he's been wrestling.
Oh, I like that. That's good. That's a good one. Dude, obviously, this is what we used to play all the time on NWO WCW World Tour. Woodamania. I want to see like 30 Hulk Hogan's fighting each other.
Or how the computer used to book Raw 30 Sasha Banks.
30 Sasha's Banks. 30 Sasha's Bank.
Ricky gifted the sub to Ryback Rules.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Ricky, for that.
Thank you, Ricky, for that. Organ Grinder asked, do you think Paul Heyman is a little pointless right now because of how good a promo Roman is? No, his reaction to Romans is so good.
Yeah, it is.
So good.
Hey, you remember Cannon Grant, right? The old friendo from back in the day.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, great guy, right? So he hit me up today, and he was like, hey, check this out. I guess he made a video 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was dabbling in YouTube, and he made some video on New Jack and the mass transit incident.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody just today left like a really scathing defense of New Jack in the comments. He thought it was funny that somebody did that. So he clipped it, he screenshotted it, put it on Twitter and said, and he didn't tag New Jack. I don't even think he knew New Jack was actually on Twitter. New Jack only has like 1,500 followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
And he said, who can believe people still coming to New Jack's defense? And then like laughing emoji, and he posted it. And then New Jack responded with, I do.
That's wild.
I know. Scary.
Big Mikey has a question. Steve, Larson, do you have any recommendations for a scary story podcast?
Yeah, so there's
I don't
this
think we do.
awesome one I've heard of. I've only listened to like one episode, but it's really good. It's called That's Not Scary. YouTube.com/That's Not Scary, and where audio podcasts can be found. It's really terrific. From what I understand, the guy who's running it is trying to get out of his day job. So this is like a hobby thing for him that he's trying to make money.
Good luck
off
with that.
Whoa.
That guy's in for life.
Probably.
Zero Cool has a good point here. Hi, guys. You didn't mention that Thunderdome is at the new place. Couldn't tell.
Yeah, I sort of noticed with like the tarp above, like when they started the episode, they were, I was like, oh wait, that looks a little bit different, and they have like a big dome tarp thing or something. So I noticed that, and then they mentioned it, and so I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, but otherwise,
I actually forgot about it until Cole mentioned it.
You can't tell. You cannot
couldn't
tell.
tell.
You can't
Couldn't tell.
Stevie Bradley, what royal moniker would you give the Forgotten Sons? So if they were, I guess, does the enforcer mean if they were with us?
Or with Baron?
Well, I think they already have one with Baron, so what would it be for
like
us?
an alternative, like Court Jester or something like that?
Yeah.
Squire.
The loyal squires of Friendos.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Something like that.
Yosha Bowl would be kind of silly if the greatest match ever didn't win Match of the Year in WWE canon. Oh, it will. Okay.
They're going to kayfabe the hell out of that. Mr. Forbesy says, any AAA predictions? Nope, because I'm going into it as cold as I know that NWO Wolfpack Sting is in the main event, which is crazy.
Yeah, Chessman.
He's in the main
Pagano,
event.
Hair versus hair match.
Yeah, I remember Pagano from my days watching Impact before I'm watching Impact now.
Die Hard Homer says RVD was seemingly a career-long face who, from any promotion, would never get booed. I think at this point it'd be really hard for the New Day to get booed.
Yeah. People will just do that thing where they're quiet. They're like, I don't like this, and I don't want to respond to it.
Mm-hmm. J-Ray, for the next Mixed Match Challenge, make a combination of wrestlers in any company and give them a name and theme. J-Ray says Shayna and Matt Riddle. I'm confused by this. Name them Stallions for Matt's nickname. Oh, okay, I got it now. Name them the Stallions because that's Matt's nickname. In the beginning of Shayna's theme has like horses and stuff in it.
Yeah.
You use Shayna's theme. All right, now I understand.
Okay.
Any company.
Any company?
Yeah, but you have to come up with a theme.
Oh my goodness.
That ties
this is a lot.
Ties the team together.
To do this is a lot.
It's a lot for a Friday night, I know.
Yeah.
Peter Dune and Millie McKenzie.
Oh, that's good. They were like the, what do they call? They called themselves something, I think.
Yeah, no, it's kind of cheating because I know they tagged before.
They already did that. Yeah, it was awesome though.
Let's
They
see
would
them
come out
dance
to the
together.
Friends theme song.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm gonna say. Hold on a second. I don't know. I don't have one.
All right.
Let me think about that one.
All right. We'll come back to it. White Brownie, not a SmackDown question, but what's Io Shirai's ceiling on main roster? I mean, if she's got good creative, it's through the roof.
I got it. Big Show and RVD. The whole effing Big Show.
It's got to be a mixed match challenge, dude.
Katie Forbes and Big Show. The whole effing Big Show.
All right.
Perfect. And then
there
she
you go.
twerks a lot. I really liked her. I thought she was hilarious. Like he would have somebody up against the ropes and she'd come up and she'd like start twerking at his face.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Great. Yeah.
I'm just trying to do something. Tonight was the first time Heyman had to step in and stop Roman. Is that telling of how much Kevin Owens is getting under his skin?
Ooh, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Blake Whitehouse, you ever see a women's wrestler in WWE doing a thumbtack spot? And if so, who do you see taking the first one? Sasha.
If Sasha and Bailey had busted out thumbtacks at Hell in a Cell, I would not have been surprised.
Yeah.
Gareth, who had the better return in 2020, Roman or MVP?
I mean, it's kind of a wash, isn't it? Like, that's kind of a wash. Roman's character is like one of the best ever. MVP, his stamp has been all over. Like some really awesome turnarounds. Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, Bob Lashley. So I'd give that one a wash.
Yeah, that's a push for me too. I mean, they're both doing incredible work.
Wayne Scoggins, when fans are allowed back, who will be allowed to get that first pop from the crowd and open the show?
Drew.
I think it's got to be Drew.
Because it's going to be a Monday Night Raw.
What if somehow, some way it ends up being SmackDown? Daniel Bryan, right?
Z0 here in chat says Vince McMahon. Surely does he hear no chance?
This is a good one. Dog Authority figure. Who's a better teacher, Chad Gable or Timothy Thatcher?
Well, Gable hasn't, as Tommaso Ciampa said, taken liberties yet with Otis in terms of stretching him. So at this juncture, he has to go with Chad Gable.
He's gaslighting the shit out of him, though.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
That being said, you get free usage, I would assume, of his garage gym. It looked very well appointed. And you get ample preparation for when he inevitably turns on you.
It's Thatcher. It's Thatcher, man. It's Thatcher. Because Gable is just setting up Otis. Thatcher is like teaching his students real lessons. Improvisation.
Yeah,
there are others,
but
I forgot them.
He's taking liberties.
No, that's what Ciampa says, but what does he know? Thatcher isn't taking liberties. He's just, that's like saying Stu Hart was taking liberties. Remember those tapes where you hear screaming in the dungeon? Ah!
Yeah, because he was stretching people.
Yeah, I mean, you can call that taking liberties, but no, he was just making better men.
Debatable. Anyways, I just, I see a free gym I could use. I'm going to take that free gym.
Oh, man. The Performance Center. Dude, Thatcher's stuff is in the Performance Center. That's like the best gym they got.
Well, I mean, kayfabe-wise, the stuff that not the live sessions, kayfabe-wise, they never showed where that particular ring was.
Yeah, it's just like a dusty room, huh?
Yeah. It could be in his basement.
I'm down. Give me Thatcher.
Oh, you wouldn't last the class, man.
You got that right.
You'd be like, I'm quit. I'm out.
Let's see here. Andre Zimpel, is Steiner Math one of the best or worst promos of all time?
Yes, yes.
I think it's one of the best. It's so self-aware that I can't consider it one of the worst. It's clearly one of the best.
It's one of the best, but the delivery on it is, in a lot of respects, not good at all. It's a rambling mess of a promo.
It is very sloppy. And that aspect of it, is probably not intentional. I get what you're saying.
It's the best and the worst. It exists in both spheres.
Okay.
Bruza, 21. Which current WWE star would win a company-wide thumb wrestling tournament? That'd be Braun. Imagine he's got massively strong hands.
Yeah, he's probably got huge, very strong hands.
And long thumbs.
All right, here we go. James Rodriguez is the last one I got on the Patreon. If the two of you were in a tag team together,
Yeah.
and your partner was out with an injury for the next 6 months, oh, my hamstring, Larson. I'm out
my
for
back.
6 months. My back. Would you try to push management to give you a singles run that could lead to a world championship while also breaking up the team, or would you wait it out while your partner recovered so you can chase after the tag titles again?
How many times I won the tag titles? Nah, it doesn't really matter. Singles gold, baby.
Yeah, I'd because here's the thing. I could always, the more relevant I am, I could always bring you up for a brief feud before you go back down to main event.
And here's the thing, too. Yeah, exactly. When I'm champion, when you come back, you're going to be the first feud. You're at least going to get a couple months of those main event paydays.
Yeah.
That's good for you.
Yeah. No brainer. No brainer.
Yep. No brainer. No brainer.
All right. Anyways, that's going to do it for us today. Twitch chat, stick around. We'll hang out for a bit. Thanks for watching. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Help support Going In Raw today by becoming a Friendo Club TV member. You'll get access to new bonus episodes every week, including Friendo Club Arcade, Live Power Rank, Vintage 10 for the Wins, and Ask Steve and Larson. Get access to Friendo Club TV today by becoming a $5 and up patron at patreon.com/Steve and Larson, by throwing us a sub at twitch.tv/Steve and Larson, or by clicking join at youtube.com/Steve and Larson.